Hi everyone, Carrie Foster here from Foster's Fields Soap and Soy Candles. Today I'm here to tell you a little bit about my little business. I opened my business about 5 years ago. At that point I was living in Durham, Ontario. I opened with soy candles, which was great because I love candles. I researched the wax for quite a long time before I realized what wax I wanted to use for my candles. Once I started pouring them, I started burning a lot more of them as well. So anyway, I make my soy candles with fragrance oils. I actually had them out of camera view here. I make them with mainly fragrance oils, which are synthetic fragrance oil. I do that because fragrance oil burns quite a bit stronger than an essential oil will burn, and most people like a stronger burning candle. I do some that have essential oils in them, which I also really like. This one happens to be lavender. I do both. Not as many essential oil candles because people want a stronger scent. Soy wax is really easy to clean up if something spills, which was great as well for me as making them. My cleanup is not that hard. Anyway, I do love soy. I love the wax. I love the way it burns. I've been playing around with some different jars. People who have known my business since I opened, I have switched my jars around a little bit. These are two new ones. Bigger more than anything. I've always had these little travel tins. These are great little tins to take with you if you go somewhere. They fit in your suitcase perfectly. I brought these to Antigua with me. I brought actually a couple of these, and I brought a couple of small glass ones as well that had essential oil blends for the bugs that I read might have been there. As it turned out, I didn't need it, but it did make my room smell beautiful. Anyways, this is blackberries and vanilla. It's purple, really pretty colors. My fragrance oil candles are colored. My essential oil candles I don't normally color. I will do a custom order if you, anybody wants anything with color that I don't normally carry with color. I do a custom order pour. This pretty little one right here is Muskoka Lodge. This is one of my absolute favorite candles. Scents more so than candles. I love the jars as well, but this has been a scent that I have. One of my first fragrance oils that I got from my candle supplier, and I have loved it from day one. When I pour this candle, I pour in every shape, size, amount that I can think of because I burn a lot of this one. I just love it. It's hard to explain the smell of it. It's like twigs and berries, kind of almost. It's a really pretty scent. Anyways, that's my soy. All of my soy candles should be on my website. I try and keep up to date on my website as much as I can. I do work outside of the home as well at an office job, so I do my best to keep my website up to date. Sometimes gets behind, but my website is www.fostersfields.ca. I will put the link below. Anything that's not on there, any questions anybody has, feel free to email me or comment below if you'd like. On this side of me, I've got most of my bath and body stuff. Cold processed soaps, lotions, sugar scrubs. I make some balms. I make lip balms because I love lip balms. I have lip balms everywhere in my house, in my purse, in my car, at work. I just love lip balms. This little tube right here fools a lot of people. It's not deodorant. This is what I named my Petty Stick. I made this because I have dry feet all the time, and I put oils and butters and all kinds of different things on my feet trying to keep them looking nice, especially in the summer. So I decided one day that I didn't like doing that anymore and I needed to come up with a better plan. This was my plan. It is wonderful. I'm sure all of you who are watching this who have tried this are in agreement with me. This little bad boy is wonderful. It's a essential oil blend in there. It's oils and butters, all really good things for dry, cracked feet, and you don't have to rub it on. You just roll it up. I won't roll this one up because it's all set. You just roll it up and then you rub it on your feet and la-ti-da. It does make your feet slippery though. I warn all of my customers who buy this at the craft shows that you should put socks on if you're wandering around hardwood floors. Been there, done that, slipped, almost broke my neck. Your feet will be slippery when you put this on until it has a couple minutes to soak in. So I always warn everybody with that. A couple of things for kids over here. I'm working on more of a line for kids, some bath bombs and other treats. This is a monster spray and an ouch spray in this little tiny thing over here. Both of these were made with my son in mind. I have two girls, a 14-year-old, a 5-year-old, and then I have a 3-year-old boy. My son is the only one who does not sleep still. And he went through a stage where there was monsters in his room and he wouldn't sleep. He was afraid the monsters were going to get him. So I made this spray. I have added a few things to it when I decided to put it onto my shelf. I did add more of an essential oil blend to it, but it can actually work as a monster spray / room spray, linen spray, pretty much any kind of spray. The little tube over here is actually a little roller. It's an ouch cream that ouch potion that I also made for my 2 youngest kids. My oldest 14-year-old wasn't quite so accident prone. My 2 younger ones, especially my 5-year-old daughter, is very, very accident prone. So I made, a while back, I made a roll for her that made her feel good afterwards when she would bump and bruise, which happened all the time. I would just roll it on. It had lavender in it, which is really good for bruises. If you catch it right away, lavender will help to help a bruise from coming out quite so much. Also antibacterial, and there's calendula in there for soothing. Very good. Minor cuts and scrapes. If they've got a gaping scrape, I'm at the hospital. But minor cuts and bruises and scrapes, I will put that on. I've used it for myself as well. Anyways, yeah, that's that. I'm going to add a few more things for kids. I was hoping actually at my one show this year to have a little kids corner, but I ran out of time before that show got around. Anyways, about myself a little bit more. Let me see. I work from my home. I make everything from the home in my workshop that is also on my YouTube channel. My husband built the shop downstairs for me. I used to just work out in my kitchen and did the best I could, but when he renovated our basement, he made that little workshop area for me, which is great. I love it down there. I do sell things mainly from my home. Mainly I'm out at craft shows when I have time to get to them. You can see the setup behind me. I keep a small stock of things in this cabinet behind me. Soaps, I've got my lotions and sugar scrubs and things in here. Most of my stuff is in a storage downstairs. Once I've got it made, I store it where it's cool downstairs, and then I bring it up when I need to restock this cabinet. I also have, which is out of camera shot, a little shelf I had to kind of make over here because I ran out of space in this cabinet behind me, and it's got my balms and my lip balms and my little bath truffles that you kind of can't see. They're over here. I did make bath bombs as well, and then I decided they were quite big. People said they were quite big, and they were a little bit pricier than what I wanted to put out there, so I decided to make a bath truffle instead. The bath truffle is a bit different. My daughter loves my bath truffles. When you put it in the water, it's got oils and butters in there and a few other things that will actually mingle with the water, and it will moisturize your skin while you're in the tub. So anyways, everything is behind me here. I do sell from my home. My shows that I am at around the area is where I do most of my work from. Trying to get out into the larger areas if I can. The last probably 4 years I've worked in Hanover, Walkerton. I did do some in Durham, maybe a little bit further out than that, but not too much. This year, one time actually last year, I did my first big show. I went to the Sugar Plum Festival, which was really great. I met some great people. Lots of nice compliments on my things, which makes my day for all the trouble I went through to get there and get everything organized and made, and it was a lot of work to get ready for that show, so the fact that people had so many compliments for me just made my day. So thank you anybody who's watching this who was there and did so. I loved it. This year I'm planning to get into a few bigger shows. I haven't got all of them lined up yet, but I'm hoping to get a little bit out of this area. So anyways, that's a little bit about me. Feel free to comment or question in the comments below. I will put my email address, sorry, not my email address, I will put my website link, which you can get to my email through my website. If you have any questions, comments, feel free to message me, feel free to comment below. I will do a Q&A video eventually. I've just started doing this YouTube. I wasn't going to do YouTube, and my 14-year-old daughter has talked me into it, so here goes. This actually should have been my first video, which I'm a little backwards in the whole video thing. So I'm planning on doing a Q&A video as per Haley, my 14-year-old wants me to do that, so I will do that eventually. I have a few other videos in mind first. So subscribe to my channel, like my videos and all that. Yeah, and that's about it. Thank you all for hanging out with me for the last few minutes to hear a little bit about my business.